signs: the sun, moon, and stars. Here we are, back with the heavens declare. A Mazzaroth study. We're going to dig deeper into the constellation of Scorpius. Venus is still in the constellation of Scorpius. We're going to go back to the heavens, proclaim the glory of God at heavenspeak.blogspot.com. For those of you who have not seen part 1, please go back and visit part 1 and come back to part 2 to get the full measure of what we're presenting. Okay, last time we were here ending with the size of the stars. Now we're going to move forward into the last part of this study. The two stars, Lambda and Upsilon, both called the sting in Arabic, traditionally form the stinger. Job 9:9 calls this sign the chambers of the south, referring to its opposition to Taurus and the Pleiades, directly across the sky. The Greek name of Scorpio was Chile, the claws. The Coptic name was Isidis, oppression. There's a reference in Psalms 17:9. And another Egyptian name was Zugan, or the yoke. The Akkadian name was Gurtab, the seizure and stinger, reaching out to take hold of the altar of Libra. The Greeks identified Scorpio with Typhon, or Python, 100-headed father of the multi-headed dog of hell, the Hydra, and the 3-headed fire-breathing chimera. The tribe Dan, the judge, is linked to Scorpio by being a serpent by the way, a viper by the path that bites the horse's heel. Altogether, this constellation has 44 stars, but it has 21 when it was designed. 1 Corinthians 15:55 and 56. O death, where is your victory? O death, where is your sting? Revelation 9:1-11. Then the 5th angel blew his trumpet, and I saw a star that had fallen to the earth from the sky, and he was given the key to the shaft of the bottomless pit. When he opened it, smoke poured out as though from a huge furnace, and the sunlight and air turned dark from the smoke. Then locusts came from the smoke and descended on the earth, and they were given power to sting like scorpions. They were told not to harm the grass or plants or trees, but only the people who did not have the seal of God on their foreheads. They were told not to kill them, but to torture them for 5 months, with the pain like the pain of a scorpion sting. In those days, people will seek death, but will not find it. They will long to die, but death will flee from them. The locusts looked like horses prepared for battle. They had what looked like gold crowns on their head, and their faces looked like human faces. They had hair like women's hair, and teeth like the teeth of a lion. They wore armor made of iron, and their wings roared like the army of chariots rushing into battle. They had tails that stung like scorpions, and for 5 months they had the power to torment people. Their king is the angel from the bottomless pit. His name in Hebrew is Abaddon, and in Greek, Apollyon, the destroyer. Revelation 12:9. This great dragon, the ancient serpent called the devil or Satan, the one deceiving the whole world, was thrown down to the earth with his angels. And for those of you who have been watching my videos, you know that the Revelation 12:7-9 sign is happening as we speak. The 19th, the 20th, and the 21st, Revelation 12:7-9 is happening in the heavens with the great conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. In this sign, we see the conflict between the man and the serpent and the scorpion. The following 3 decans can add more detail. The sign shows Scorpio trying to sting the heel of the mighty man Ophiuchus, who struggles with the serpent, but the man crushes the scorpion's heart with his foot. Scorpio continues the battle between Christ and the serpent. So we have Satan's attack and battle with Christ, who, as the seed of the woman, is to bruise Satan's head while Satan bruises Christ's heel. The ancients divided the sky into 36 parts, called decans. The word decans means division or faces. Today we still see the root word when we talk about the deck of a ship. The decans were divided into 12 groups of 3 each, and each group of 3 was associated with the one of the constellations of the zodiac. The word zodiac stems from the Arabic word for the way. That is path. Let me speak that again. The word zodiac, and that word can be translated Mazzaroth. The word Mazzaroth or zodiac stems from the Arabic word for the way. That is path. The zodiac follows the path traced out by the sun in its course of the year. The moon also moves through the zodiac in the course of a month. And all the planets, except for Pluto, move through the zodiacal constellations in the course of their years. Okay, we have 3 decans of Scorpio. Number 1 is Ophiuchus, who is wrestling with the serpent, stung on one heel by the scorpion and crushing it with the other. Serpens, in the middle of Ophiuchus, is the one who is struggling with Ophiuchus. And Hercules, wounded in his heel, from other foot of the dragon's head, holding in one hand the golden apples and the 3-headed dog of hell, and in the other the uplifted club. And we can see here in this image, let's see if we can get a closer view. It does not have a closer view. But we can see in this image Ophiuchus wrestling with serpents, and he's standing on Scorpio. And for those of you who have watched my videos, you also know that this section between the legs is considered the hupa. It's right after the temple and right before the ark and the golden gate. So let's explore some more. There is war, oppression, conflict, and battle in Scorpio's star names. Looming over the scorpion is Ophiuchus, holding a serpent in his hands. His foot star is called Bruise. The brightest star in the serpent is the accursed, the reptile. Hercules, the strong one who was wounded and now chastens the kneeling branch about to bruise the serpent, Draco. At this stage of the message, we can see the battle between the rulers of darkness of this world and our mighty Redeemer, Ephesians 6:12. Ophiuchus is from Arabic Ephukas, the serpent held. He is the strong man in the struggle with serpents, the serpent, overcoming and keeping him from the crown. He also has one foot raised, crushing Scorpio's head, while the other foot is being attacked by Scorpio. The Coptic name for him means the chief who come. The Greek he is Asclepios, the healer, the physician, the desired one who brings the cure. The myth goes that he not only cured the sick, but raised the dead by blood from the sides of the goddess of justice and the slain Gorgon, and finally himself suffered death from the lightning out of heaven because of the complaints of the god of hell. But he was raised to glory by the influences of Apollo. So in this deacon, we have the strong man fighting with the serpent. Also, the sent healer and redeemer of mankind. This has been recognized for over 4,000 years as the great giant wrestling a serpent. The name Ophiuchus means the serpent held. The Arabic name of the brightest star in the head of Ophiuchus is Ras al-Haggis, meaning the head of him that holds. A star is the same figure's foot is called Saif, in Hebrew meaning bruised. Genesis 3:15 gives this prophecy of the bruising. And I will cause hostility between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He will strike your head, and you will strike his heel. The Egyptian image is Apubao, the coming king, a man with the head of a hawk, enemy of serpents, seated on the throne. So many of you who have seen this picture in Egyptian text and Egyptian pictures and imagery of the hawk head, this is a man with the head of a hawk. We're talking about Ophiuchus. The Egyptian name for serpents is Ku, ruled or enemy. Its major star in the neck is Anuk, meaning encoiling, also called in Hebrew Aliyah, the accursed, and in Arabic Al-Hay, the reptile. Next in brightness in the jaw is Kalbarai, Arabic for the serpent enfolding. The serpent is trying to get the crown, a deacon of Libra, to obtain dominion. Okay, we're going to cut it off here, family, and come back for part 3, going into the deacon Hercules. Thanks for joining us.